Evening guys, hi, hope we're all keeping really well. Rob back for another video. Yeah, this is a sort of a long overdue video to say a big thank you to Pete, sounds from the West Coast, who I'm sure a lot of you, certainly who watch my videos, are probably very familiar with. Yeah, great channel into his prog, krautrock, anything kind of left field. He's a real expert on. He's done some fantastic in-depth videos on a lot of these artists. It's been really interesting to watch him over the last few years since he's been making videos. If you haven't watched him, I would absolutely urge that you go over and subscribe to him immediately and watch his channel, because he's a lovely guy, just very genuine, really into his music, very passionate about it. And yeah, it's a real education. He's certainly taught me a thing or two about certain genres of music. So yeah, fantastic. So yeah, this is a kind of it's kind of like a two-way video. So the first in the first instance, I'm going to just catch up with VCLT from Pete, from two instances when he's very kindly sent me music which I wasn't expecting, which is often the way with VCLT when it it hits you when you least expect it, and it's always very welcome, and you realize how much love is in the vinyl community, and that people will share the music and the love of music, and it's a fantastic thing. So and something to be celebrated, and there you go. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to start from the first lot of VCLT that Pete sent me. So so the first well, they're two records actually. They sent me back in March, so a while ago now. Basically, that he'd ordered some records from the Fruit de Mer label, which those particularly who watch Dale's channel, Gatefall 33, will probably be familiar with. So it's a kind of small private label. Does a lot of kind of dream pop, ambient music, modern music, from kind of independent artists. And yeah, he sent me two records, and basically two different artists that I was really happy to receive, because I've never had anything on this particular label. I'd heard Dale talk about it, quite in quite a lot of depth. Really spoken highly about this label, and orders regularly from it. But I personally hadn't actually got anything on this label. So the first one that Pete sent me was this one, which is Pindar. Okay, so this is the second album by this band. It's called Sparkle on the Dark Water. Okay, so they are an Italian ambient dream pop artist. And the reason why Pete sent it to me is that he'd been actually sent it in error instead of a specific album that he'd ordered. And apparently Keith, who's the guy at Fruit de Mer, messaged him and said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Our mistake. You can keep it." So he actually offered it to Dale at Gatefold 33 because he knew that Dale was a big fan of collecting the works on Frida Mayer, on the Frida Mayer label. As it turned out, Dale already had it, and very kindly Dale suggested that that Pete forward it on to me. So that's what happened, and bless Pete, he did just that. And yeah, I was delighted to receive this, and I've actually played this several times. It's really dream poppy, kind of, I don't know, Cocteau Twins, could you say? Is probably the most obvious kind of I guess comparison, I suppose, to this, maybe, but still different. Not in the least bit derivative, but just wonderfully atmospheric. An album you can really lose yourself in. And yeah, I've played this, spun this several times, and really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was the first one that I was sent. But he also sent me this one, which is the debut album by La Nouvelle Musique. Okay, so these are a psych folk duo, and it's absolutely beautiful, ethereal, um, uh, wonderful feel to it, almost a slightly kind of baroque kind of feel to it. Really lovely feel to this. Apparently Pete ordered it twice, so he had two copies, and in addition to Pindar, he also decided to send me this one. So I was delighted to receive this as well. I've shown both of these albums on Facebook, trying to kind of just get kind of a guess, because these artists, I guess, are quite fringe. You know, I'm sure they have a cult following, but they're not huge sellers, you know. And I just get the impression that most people don't give a shit about this kind of music. And you know, I almost feel that people are almost kind of so set in their ways in terms of what they listen to, that they're kind of almost not prepared to broaden their minds a bit and listen to stuff that's a little bit left field, a little bit different. You know, I don't know. That's maybe my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. And, you know, that's a bit of an overstatement to say that. But, you know, there's a definite reticence, I think, with some people to kind of come out of their comfort zone, you know, and listen to music like this, because it's really valid. It's very original, not derivative in the slightest, but you can hear that they're borrowing a little bit from the past. Yes, you can hear the influences, but it's still very modern, still very new and vibrant. And I've loved listening to these two Frida Mayer records. You know, it's really opened my ears and my mind to music that's got a certain transcendence, and something that's like not what you listen to in the mainstream, and it's very valid, and yeah, wonderful listen. So yeah, thank you again, Pete, for sending this. So that's La Nouvelle Musique. Okay, and then this morning I went down, and my mum said, she says, "Oh, you got a package here in the porch," and I was delighted to see a big thick package. Had no idea what was being sent. As it turned out, it was Pete sending me some more VCLT. So yeah, delighted to get that. And he actually sent me three records. So these are all from I think the Kendal Fair that he goes to relatively regularly, because Pete lives up in the northwest of England, up in the lakes, and yeah, he knew that particularly with this first record that we'd kind of spoken. I said that I didn't have the follow-up to this, so and bless him, he actually picked this up especially for me, so that was really, really sweet of him to do that. So this is Son of Morrison. So obviously Morrison, the original folk album that was put together by the who's who of progressive folk artists of that time, Ashley Hutchins, Richard Thompson, Simon Nichol, etc. You know, the Fairport Convention guys, etc. The Morrison is an album that I really, really enjoy, that I've been listening to for several years now and really enjoying. This is the follow-up I wasn't hitherto aware of, or well, I knew of it, but I've never actually listened to it. And yeah, bless Pete, he picked up a copy for me, and yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to listening to this. So I think this is a let's have a look. Oh, this is on the Harvest label. Fantastic. Yeah. So really, really pleased to get that, and we'll be looking forward to giving that a spin. But yeah, I'm really touched the fact that he went out of his way to to pick this up for me from the fair. You know, specifically that's really, really sweet of you, Pete. You know, really do genuinely appreciate that. So thank you very much indeed. Okay, and then the other two, he was kind of worried that he thought that I might already have these, because I'm quite into a lot of kind of progressive folk, and he thought that I would have them, but as it turned out, I didn't have either of these. So the next one is Tir na Nog, and this is A Tear and a Smile from 1972. So this is the wonderful Irish folk duo. I have their debut, which is absolutely sublime, wonderful, and I've always been meaning to collect their next couple of records, because I know for a fact that they have a really, really strong reputation as being very strong in terms of great listen. So, but yeah, I don't need to now, because Pete, bless him, he's sent me this. This is the second one. This is A Tear and a Smile. It's a gatefold. And this is on chrysalis. Lovely, lovely condition. Fantastic. Absolutely delighted with this, because I've been meaning to pick up more Tir na Nog, and yeah, I can't wait to spin that. So again, Pete, thank you very much indeed. And then the third one that he got me was this one. This is the one that I really thought that I already had. So this is John Renbourn Group. I have a lot of John Renbourn solo records, particularly in terms of the collaborations and so on. So I was pretty sure that I already had this. When I checked, I found out that I didn't. So I was delighted to get this. So this one is from, when did this one come out? 1977 on Shanachie Records. So yeah, this is, you got Jackie McShee doing vocals on this, John Renbourn, Tony Roberts, Sue Drenham. Yeah, so really, really looking forward to spinning that one. Okay, and then earlier today I went to a new record shop that I've never visited before. This is a shop that's been open for about 6 months. Opened in Knowle on the High Street, which is Knowle is a village which is just outside Solihull where I live, so about 2 or 3 miles. And it's called Slow Century Records. This is the bag that my records came in. And yeah, I think my sister told me about this. I think that there was a little bit of PR on Facebook and social media and so on, but not a huge great deal. I went in though and met Mike, who I think his name was Mike. Apologies if he's watching this and I've got the name wrong. I'm terrible with names. But yeah, I just thought I'd check it out because he'd been there for 6 months, and I thought it's very local, so why not check it out? So yeah, I mean, it's kind of on the high street. It's got a reasonable footfall inside, sort of a small folk section, which I had a look through. Wasn't an awful lot in there. There's quite a lot of kind of Cajun American folk music stuff that I'm kind of unfamiliar with. Some jazz, some blues and rock and so on. And then a kind of A to Z in the middle section of the shop of kind of rock and heavy rock and so on. And then on the far side, sort of, new releases and reissues and so on. Most of that I wasn't particularly interested in. Obviously, the vintage records is what I was kind of most looking at. So yeah, but I had a look through for about probably 30-40 minutes and managed to find 4 records that I was really happy with, stuff that I was kind of looking out for at the right price in the right condition, and yeah, delighted to get them. So yeah, first two, a couple of reggae, sort of classic reggae albums that were on my want list. So this is the first Third World album, self-titled, from 1976. Always loved that artwork with Third World on the black island label there with the black inner. Yeah, really, really happy to get this because I've got I think 96 Degrees in the Shade, and the one after that, I think from 79. This is kind of the one that I was looking for, and it was really cheap, so very happy to get that. It's a US press with a kind of cutout there in the corner, but yeah, great. I really like early Third World, so very happy to get that. And then I saw this one. I have seen this a couple of times, but this one was considerably cheaper than when I've seen it before. So this is Blackheart Man by Bunny Wailer. And this is another US press with a corner cut there. gatefold there with the lyrics. So yeah, this was considerably cheaper than when I've seen it before. So it was on my want list. So I was very happy to pick that one up. Okay, and then this one is one that I don't see too often. So I've got their, I think their one and only studio album. So this is the Sophisti pop band from the early 80s, Weekend. And this is their follow-up to their only studio album, Live at Ronnie Scott's. And it's got guest pianist Keith Tippett. And this was really, really cheap. So I was very, very happy to pick this up. Because I do like Weekend. I love that first album. I love the breezy, jazzy, kind of summery kind of feel of their music, and so I dare say this will be much the same. Okay, and the last one, I've kind of heard people talk about this, but I've never actually heard the album. But it was so cheap, I just thought I'll just take a punt on it. So this is Jack Bruce, and this is his album Out of the Storm from 1974. On Robert Stigwood RSO Records. Also comes with a lyric inner. I've never heard this album, so I can't give you any. I mean, obviously my, I'm aware that he was, obviously the singer in Cream. And, I know what a great bass player and vocalist he is, but I'm not familiar with any of his solo stuff. But this was so reasonable, I couldn't really resist it. So yeah, looking forward to spinning that one. Okay guys, so that's it. So yeah, hope you're all keeping really well. I'd also like to at this point give a shout out to Jack at the Vinyl Voyage, who's doing the vinyl community quiz at the moment. I think we're still going through the first rounds of that. Just want to say, Jack, if you're watching, it's really compelling viewing. Totally enjoyed it, and last year, and enjoying it just as much this year. There's been some fantastic contests. It's really, really compelling viewing. Really, really enjoying it. So yeah, I urge anybody who's not tuned into Jack's channel, go and check him out, because he's great as well. He loves his psych and so on. He does really interesting videos, and obviously the ongoing, as I mentioned, the VC quiz. So go and check that out. So cheers guys, hope you're all keeping really well here in the UK. It's starting to cool down a bit now. I had to come in because I was sat with my Walkman outside in the garden, watching the crows and the magpies scrap over territory and so on, which is kind of what they do. And yeah, just hope you all looking forward and having a great we'll have a great bank holiday, extended weekend, whatever you're up to, enjoy it. And yeah, I'll be back again hopefully fairly soon with another video. Cheers, guys. Take care of yourselves. All the best. Bye-bye.